Hey, what's going on, my YouTubers? We back at you again from our last post on part one of our discussion that we were discussing, you know, the mass exodus from Christianity and most of the Gen Zers and millennials kind of identifying with saying they're in one with the universe. Just want to come at you today, say thank you for tuning in. The What 5HT channel, where we talk about world health, academia, and times, and we deal with those 5 H's. When one don't want to accept the truth can hurt. The truth is hard. Ultimately, it helps, it's healthy, and it heals. That's what we want to get to. We want to get to those last three, to where it helps us and it's healthy for us and it heals. And sometimes that's a hard pill to digest. You think about taking a pill when you're sick, man, the last thing people want to do is take pills. They don't like that. But when they get that pill on the inside and it gets to working, it started working, and the medicines began to work, then you feel better. You begin to look better. You act better. So this is where we are, and this is what we're trying to do. On closing part one, we were discussing the holiday, which is called Saturnalia, which was a Roman tradition or Roman holiday, festival, celebration way back in the 300 AD time and during the time of Constantine. So I just want to run one more clip for you guys, and we're going to just breeze through this, and now we got a few other things we want to talk about.
Well, Saturnalia was a pagan festival celebrated in the Roman Empire in their worship of the Roman god Saturn, who was the god of the harvest. You know, the one we get Saturday named after and the planet Saturn named after? Anyway, they used to celebrate him from December 17th to December 21st. And part of that celebration is they would make sacrifices to this idol. They would give gifts amongst their family and friends. They had like a carnival type atmosphere, so they would break their social norms. They would get drunk, gamble, trade spouses, sleep around, do all this kind of merrymaking, major sinning. And then, of course, once the Romans became Christian, they tried to Christianize this festival, and so they get all these partying and having fun, and they tried to clean it up and make it around Jesus' birthday. Also, there was, Sol Invictus, celebrating the birth of the sun, and Mithraism, and all this mixed in.
All right. So what we're doing is we're going to continue to tie in what we were dealing with this day, December the 25th, and we know how we celebrate it today, and we know some of those traditions, rituals, and how we just go along with the norm, really not knowing and not understanding really what we're celebrating, because we've been told another thing and we've been told something else. But when you begin to study and look and read, and you read what's on the line, you read what's between the line, now what you got to start practicing is reading beyond the lines, because that's where you're going to find your truths. Reading on the line, surface level. Reading between the lines, you're probably trying to get into a little something. But reading beyond the line takes you to a whole nother place. But you have to be ready for it, because some of those places might be uncomfortable for you. But you have to be ready. And to be made uncomfortable sometimes is often, it pushes you and challenges you to become this different thinker, and it takes you to a whole nother level. Or you can remain on the level that you are. I was just thinking, even with, we call it when I was in school, they called it, that one of my instructors, he was teaching on the European history again, talking about the Holy Roman Catholic Church. And his challenge to us was, he said, I'm going to leave you to come to your own conclusion after you finish this class. But what you're going to have to decide is, first of all, was the Holy Roman Catholic Church, was it holy? Was it Roman? And then even was it Catholic? After I finish this course with you guys, you're going to have to come to your own conclusion of what you think about that. And my conclusion was all the above was no. No, they wasn't holy. No, they wasn't Roman. And they wasn't Catholic. The reason I say they wasn't Roman because they stole the tradition from someone else. And what they do is tweaked it and changed it. And they do this all the time. This is a nonstop thing. So that at the Council of Nicaea and 385 BC, where the Nicene Creed was drafted and signed off on by those 200 bishops chosen by Constantine, you know, it was officially like kind of tweaked and changed once again at the first Council of Constantinople under the direction of Emperor Theodosius I. And see how this thing just keep moving and going on? Now, if you say Constantinople, where is that? Today that would be modern day Turkey, up in the area where Turkey and Syria is. All the names has been changed. Just about every name you look at today has been changed. You don't understand what Persia is today's time. I'll say maybe the millennials and the Gen Zers, they like Persia. Where is Persia? I don't know. Persia is modern day Iran. Iraq, modern day Babylon. Saudi Arabia and all those places, Yemen and all that is modern day Media. So I'm just running through just to show you how things has been changed and tweaked to be able to mislead you and take you in another area or even discourage you altogether about even trying to know what this is all about. Because if you can't tie it all in together, or what we call bridge this gap, then sometimes you just give up, throw your hands in the air, say forget it. I just wanted I wanted to say like, take for instance, we talking about word changes and all of that. I told you that Yeshua. Now you know when I say Yeshua, I know you know Jesus. Then that's fine. We going on. If it helps you for me to say Jesus, but Yeshua, he was speaking in parables to his disciples, and they couldn't quite understand him. You know, he was speaking on the sower of the seed. You know, everybody, especially Bible readers, you heard it where some fell by the wayside, some fell on stony ground, some fell among thorns. All of that has a Hebrew representation. Everything I just said, it has a representation rather than you thinking a thorn is a thorn bush outside, because really a thorn actually represents wicked people. See, I'm talking about Hebrew meanings again. See, and when you don't know that, sometimes it can be confusing. And even like then, it was confusing to the disciples themselves because they didn't quite understand him. If you can read Mark or the 4th chapter, starting at the, let's say starting at the 10th verse. And it said that when he was alone, they that were about him with the 12 asked him of the parable because they didn't understand it. And he said unto them, unto you it is given to know the mystery of the kingdom of God. But unto them that are without, all these things are done in parables, that seeing they may see and not perceive, and hearing they may hear and not understand, lest at any time they should be converted, and their sins should be forgiven them. See, it's a difference in being converted and being manipulative. You know, just for power. Just for power. They didn't even understand. So he had to go along and he had to tell them about the sower of the seed. And then, of course, he even started out with telling them that that he said the sower sowed the word. That's what he said. That's on Mark the 14th verse. He started out, he said, first of all, the sower sowed the word. Now we know that the seed was the word. But not in today's time. The seed is moolah, money. Plant a seed. Plant a seed into this ministry. Plant a seed into this word. Plant a seed into da-da-dee-da-da-da-da. So see how they've been changed again? The seed is the word. The seed has nothing to do with money. But we're going to tie everything into money, and that's where we are now. Another reason we're lost, like I say, got to be careful with your reading. And you need to understand what you're reading. And see, I'm kind of breezing through because I want to get somewhere real quick, and I really don't want to hold you long. I really don't. I'm going to go to, if I can find it here, Isaiah. And I want to read you something out of Isaiah about what Christ, Yeshua, Christ, the spirit that was in him, Christ, the spirit that was in him, Christ, the spirit that was in Yeshua, and what he was speaking on when they couldn't understand. And this is Isaiah 28 and 9. 28 and 9. And this is what it said. It say, whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine? These are questions. Then here's the answer. Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little. For with stammering lips and another tongue will he speak to his people. So if you're not pretty much weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast, then a lot of this probably not even for you. You'll never understand it anyway. Like Yeshua told them, for you guys, the mystery of God is going to be made known. But for them, they can go on somewhere. That's how come they can hijack what you once believed and how you once lived and put all your life on, and then change and twist all this stuff up. But it's not even for them to understand, but it's been them that has been communicating this same word to a people. They communicating to a people, and the word wasn't even given to them. You remember what he said? He said they had to be converted. No, not manipulative. It had to be a heart change. We can't see that. We can't see that nowhere. And then, like, when we think about milk, he say he that is weaned from the milk. And the Hebrew meaning of milk, mostly learning, but it's a carnal understanding. And that's what most people that go to the building, the church anyway, they live off carnal understanding. They go and they get preached at, they get happy, they get emotional, they jump around, run around a little bit, and then they say God done blessed them. And they go home, and that week tear them up, and then they go back and do it all over again. And then they got to plant it, then they got to sow a seed into the word. Ain't that something? You sow a seed into the word. So they say and sow a word into the word, or sow money into the word, whichever. When seed means actually word. It came from Yeshua. You say that's who you believe. He the one that brought it, he the one that said it. So why would you let a mere man change something that's already been stamped and approved on? You don't do it, but we do it all the time, and that's how we live. So in other words, whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? You'll never understand. You'll never know. Blessed. Huh? You heard the word blessed and highly favored? What's the Hebrew meaning of blessed? Huh? What's the Hebrew meaning of blessed? I asked the question. I'm gonna hold out for a minute. I know what we believe blessed is. But I'm going to read something, and I'm about to read something else, and it's at the very beginning of the book. It's at the very beginning of the book. Yeah, I'm going in now with a little scripture, because I know I talked about that Christmas situation, and a lot of people may not be happy, but it really doesn't bother me. No, it doesn't bother me at all. It really doesn't. So I'm just going to go back into what we say we know and what we read. I want to see how careful people read and how careful they listen to what they read. I'm going to read Genesis 5, the first and the second verse. It says, this is the book of the generation of Adam. in the day that God created man. In the likeness of God made he him. What kind of understanding you get out of that? If it's surface level, then that's all you still on milk. That means you still thinking carnal. If it's surface level, you still on milk. Now I want to see if you're going to catch this second verse. I said I'm reading from Genesis 5, 1 and 2. I want to see if you catch this second verse. It say, male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam in the day they were created. I'm going to leave it right there, and I'm going to see if you caught it. But I'm going to deal with the word blessed anyway. Male and female created he them, and blessed them. Blessed them how? What did he do? He gave them gifts or something? Let me see, bless. He gave them a car. No. He made them a house. I'm trying to figure out how he blessed them. Wow. I know what he did. He just put his hands on them and said, you be blessed. Yes, sir. How about if you deal in the Hebrew, the Paleo Hebrew understanding of the word blessed, he gave them wisdom. Blessed. I'm blessed and highly favored. Every time you say you blessed and highly favored, what you are protesting to, you are saying that the Most High has given you wisdom, which has made you highly favored. Not because he gave you a job. All you did is got up and went out and filled out the application. You qualified for that job, and that's how you got that job. You look well, you dressed all right, you went and you articulated yourself just as good enough to impress the interviewer, and the interviewer talked to somebody else, and all of a sudden you got the job. Okay, a door could have been open, fine. What we call, let's go back to the millennials and the Gen Zers, that positive energy, that vibe, or, the frequencies, y'all was on the same frequencies, all of that. Okay, science, okay, cool. Yeah, we can talk about frequencies as well, because even the stars sing. It's a vibration. The blood that was on the ground from Cain, from Abel, when Cain slew his brother Abel, and the Most High came and say, your brother's blood cries out from the ground. It's speaking. It vibrates. These are vibrations. Just like me talking now, it's a vibration. I'm communicating to you. We need to quit doing surface level. And quit being so easily misled. Like sheep led to the slaughter. Why do you think y'all should use the word sheep? Look up that word sheep on your own. I'm not going to even start doing no definition for you. You look up the word sheep on your own and look at the characteristics of a sheep. And see what it says about a sheep. Just see what it says. Look it up on your own. Just like you look everything else up. You got Google on your phone. I know you do. You got a dictionary that you can pull up. And don't just go surface level and read one. Go on all the way through it. Go through it. Don't just read the first thing you read and put it down. No, go through it. Get some understanding out of it. When we talking about the Greek, I told you the whole Greek, the whole generation, or I'll say the dispensation when the Greeks were in charge, when they was ruling the world, because they ruled the world. Everybody, most of the people on here have heard of Alexander the Great. I basically don't care which generation you fit in now, was Boomer, X, Millennials, or Gen Z. You heard of Alexander the Great, one of the greatest, they say, conquerors of almost conquered the whole known world. And as a matter of fact, everything that Rome does today, they stole it from the Greeks. It came from the Grecian Empire. But everything about the Greeks, you can read it in books all over the place. But the last place you're going to find anything about the Grecian Empire is in what we call the scriptures. Only thing you read about the Grecian Empire is very vague. You read about Egypt, Assyria, you read about Babylon, then you read about Persia. All these kingdoms conquered one another, one behind the other. Well, the Persian kingdom was conquered and crushed by the Greeks. And then the Romans came and overtook after the Greeks. But you don't see anything in scripture about the Grecian Empire. Oh, I forgot. I told you in part 1, that was when God was not speaking to man anymore. That was the 300-year gap when God stopped speaking to man. Well, no, that's when those people that was following God had already been dumbed down from the Egyptians. They had been dumbed down from the Assyrians. They had been dumbed down by the Babylonians. They had been dumbed down by the Grecian Empire. And then by the time they got to the Romans, they were sheep ready for the slaughter. Exactly. Because if you pick up those books and read what they went through during the Grecian Empire, oh yeah. Apocryphal. Check it out on your own. And on here, we don't ask for nothing, man. Talking about sowing a seed. The seed is the word. Blessed is when wisdom has been given to you. You've been given wisdom. And I'm going to go back to this verse that I read, and I'm going to see if y'all caught it, and we're going to close out right there, because I'm not going to hold you long on here. I read to you Genesis 5:1-2. When it say, this is the book of the generation of Adam, or Adam. In the day that God created man, pause, in the likeness of God made he him, pause. And now it picks up in the second verse. Male and female created he them. Pause. And blessed them. Pause. Call their name Adam. Now let me show you. And we're going to close right here. Call their name Adam. Or call his name Adam. Oh, yes. Call their name Adam. Male and female created he them and blessed them or gave them wisdom and called their name Adam. Yeah, you heard it right. So what are you saying? So was Eve named Eve or what? Or was Adam named Adam, or was Adam and Eve both named Adam? Because it did say call their name Adam. Male and female created he them. This is the whole group. Huh? And then he called their name Adam. Okay, get off the surface. Adam was a type of man. Adam was a type of man that was created in God's image. Separated, moved, and set aside from those that was not like God. They didn't even fit the test. Prototypes that didn't even pass the test. So he couldn't use them. So once he got a group that he could set aside, and he can get them like-minded and being one with the universe. Since they was created from the ground. Yeah. In sync, in harmony with the planet, in every way, in every essence. Yeah, one with him, being one with the universe. Yeah, those frequencies. Yeah, those vibrations. Yeah. That's why Abel's blood cried out from the ground. Yeah, literally. Oh yeah, literally. Once we tap into all of this, the healing and all of that, something else we never even thought about, but we don't care about it because I know we love surface level stuff and we like the carnal teaching. That's us. Don't tell us, don't prophesy the right things to us. Tell us smooth things. Deceive us. Give us the good one so I can leave up out of here feeling good, rather than giving you something that's going to challenge you and take you to your place of study and meditation to where you can learn more of what you say you already believe. Get off the surface level. Get off the surface level. One with the universe. Frequencies. Vibrations. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess I'm going to close right here. I don't have much more to say, but you think about it. We dealt with that December the 25th day, and I'm going to say this to everybody. Millennials, Xers, Zers, baby boomers. You can say what you want. You can think how you want. Live how you want. Do what you want. But quit being double-minded. For a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. I'll say that again. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways, not some. All of them. You back and forth, toss to and fro, whichever. It was a song called "Any Way the Wind Blows Is Cool with Me." Whatever fits your narrative, whatever fits what you think make you feel good. This ain't no feel good situation right here. We in a struggle. We in a struggle. To live is to struggle. To survive is to understand the meaning in the struggle. All right, survivors, let's understand where we're going. Thank you all again today. Kay, what you got to say?
I just want to say that just to touch on the universe, but the Most High created order in this universe, and we're a true reflection of that. But the problem is a lot of words and holidays have been twisted over time. For example, the Catholic Church, it has absorbed and rebranded ancient traditions and gave them new names and told them they were holy days. Even the word holiday itself comes from holy day. So when people say they're celebrating, are they really honoring the Creator, the Most High, or just repeating rituals that were rebranded centuries ago? To me, being one with the universe is about going beyond the surface of words and tradition and searching for the truth for yourself. Because when you strip back the layers of man-made systems, you find that connection with the source has always been there. It's not in the holiday, it's how you live every day.
Wow. Wow. I heard everything she said. Yeah. Yeah. Traditions means more. Tradition of men mean more than a relationship with the Most High. Tradition of men mean more than a relationship with the Most High. And then here's the part that just really eats me. It just eat at me. And it's the same tradition that came from a people that you say oppress you. How sad is that? It's the same traditions that come from a people that you say oppress you, but you embrace everything they do. Can't you see why the Most High is not pleased? And our Gen Zers are not happy and offering each other? Even family members, they're just not happy. Let's stop the foolishness. Get away from it. Look, the tradition of men. Well, I got good intentions. The road, they say it was said that the road to hell was paved with good intentions. Your good intentions ain't always going to get you there. My mother, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, they had good intentions. unknowingly, foolishly taught this. So now that we got it and we got to access the truth, did you all just hear what Kay just said? Digest that. And even the one with the universe. I read a lot out of the scriptures. Guess what? I ain't done with you. The one with the universe, I'm gonna close the book and come out to you. So you want me? He coming out. He reading out of that book. No, I'm gonna close the book and come out to you. And I want to see where you are. Yeah. Contend for what you believe. Contend for your faith. Contend for it. That means you need to know what you're talking about. And I'm not going to come at you if I don't think I know. I'll sit there and listen and ask, because I love what I just heard from Kay. I can roll with that. And we're going to close on this. The sum of what Kay just said. We're going to go back to the allegorical, having hidden spiritual meaning that transcends the literal sense of a sacred text. We can close right there. If you want to know what I just said, just rewind it. Yeah. And today is Thursday. It's the 5th day of the week. Yeah, I said it. Get off that. We rapidly closing in on the 7th day of the week, which was hollowed out for man. No, man wasn't made for it. It was made for man, the Sabbath. And then you can go ahead on and go and worship on the first day. That's on you. Cool, I'm all right with that. How about worship every day? But still remember the Sabbath. Even if you worship on the first day of the week, still remember the Sabbath. Because remember, you the one that believe, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Holy day, holiday. Thank you so much, Kay. And on that note, we're going to say we appreciate you for tuning in again, all the viewers, man. We appreciate you all for even lending us your ear and your time. We're going to get out of here. And we're going to ask you to comment. Please comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, get back with us. We're going to be trying to come back at you. Next time we come, we'll be coming with whatever the Most High give us to come with, and we're going to walk on down. But trust me, millennials and Gen Zers, I'm going to close the book and come at you. If you hear what I'm saying, I'm going to close the book, because you said you don't believe it anyway. We're going to deal with your being one with the universe. And we're going to deal with your frequencies and your vibe. Okay? That's what we're going to deal with. Till then, we say thank you. And wow, what a day. What the flux.